And for more updates on this story, my colleague Siddhant is joining us from the newsroom. Siddhant, in the India-Bangladesh meet, one loud and clear message has been the reiteration of the resolve to fight terror and extremism together. Now, what tangible ways is it expected to play out?
Well, Shubhendu, when you talk about the scourge of terror, that's a thing which has been impacting the entire South Asian region and, of course, the world. And on that issue, earlier, if I can rewind, last year we saw the entire SAARC summit being boycotted because there was one country, that's of course Pakistan, hosting safe havens of terror, which has impacted India, Afghanistan and Bangladesh. And at that time, Dhaka and Delhi spoke in one voice. And this was the thing same this time around when after the JCC, during the press statement, the External Affairs Minister talked about zero tolerance policy towards terror and the need to fight the scourge of terror, and a collective voice has to be needed for that. And that has been the policy of both the countries together, because India has a policy called neighborhood first, and for that India has been helping out and reaching out to its neighbor, and same goes for its neighbors, whether it's Bangladesh, Afghanistan or other neighbors. And on that sense, when you ask about terror or de-radicalization, the issue of radicalization, which is an important issue also, which was discussed during the JCC, right. Both the countries were on the same page.
All right, Siddhant, also talking about, another example of the strengthening partnership between New Delhi and Dhaka is that the 3 lines of credit amounting to a total of $8 billion have been extended by India to Bangladesh. Now, this is by far the largest development assistance that has been extended by India to any country worldwide. That shows the deepening partnership between the two nations.
Well, of course, that really shows deepening partnership between both the countries. India has been helping develop infrastructure not only in Bangladesh but other South Asian countries. We remember that successful satellite which was launched, in which all the South Asian countries, barring one, took part. But talking about Bangladesh now specifically, India has currently 58 projects which Indian government is funding in Bangladesh. And today at around 11:30, the External Affairs Minister will be inaugurating 15 such more projects in Bangladesh to develop infrastructure in the country. People-to-people contact is one thing that has been the focus of the entire discussions, and for that multiple channels have been opened. There are talks of Colombo, Kolkata and Chittagong, this waterway being opened, but this is initial discussion, but that has been the other focus of the entire visit.
Right, Siddhant, one common challenge facing both Bangladesh and India is, of course, the displaced population of Rakhine State. With this meet between India and Bangladesh leaders, what kind of understanding is expected in the coming days on the issue?
Well, that was the biggest takeaway from the visit, the first day of the visit, and expected to be the entire visit, that India raised the issue of Rohingya crisis that has been plaguing Bangladesh the worst in the entire world, because Bangladesh and Myanmar neighbors and all these people who are coming from the Rakhine State are coming in Bangladesh. Bangladesh has been pleading to the world for help, and of course what the External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj yesterday said is a big boost for the Bangladeshi government, because India categorically and clearly said one thing, that these refugees have to go back to Myanmar, and that of course will be heard in Naypyidaw also, because India is a close neighbor of Myanmar and has considerable influence when we talk about trade and policy making. So clearly it's a message which India has sent from Dhaka to Naypyidaw, and of course it says that yes, these refugees are there because of the crisis in Rakhine State, but these refugees have to go. India on this part has been helping Bangladesh, particularly Operation Insania, through which a lot of aid has gone to Bangladesh from India, and of course that has helped Bangladesh a lot at a time when it's facing one of the biggest humanitarian crises, especially since the 1971 liberation war of Bangladesh.
All right, Siddhant, thanks very much for joining us and sharing with us those inputs. And in some news now from